Alpine Pat here. Monday, May 8th. Spring is in the air. But I tell you, spring is in the valley. And what that means, we got golf outings going on. We got a lot of stuff going on here for this season. We're gonna have live music in the pavilion. But Bobby, the biggest thing new this year is a disc golf course that's being designed right now. I have our chief designer here, actually disc
golf course designer.
I got Chuck Kennedy here.
Right there on the hat.
I got Chuck Kennedy. Tell me a little your bio with your courses that you have designed.
Sure. I started in 1989 playing disc golf, and our local park did not have a course, so I went to the park superintendent, and he said, "Your timing is excellent because we just passed a $350,000 park improvements budget." And he happened to be a traditional golfer. So he said, there's a guy in town also that was interested in getting a course. His name was Chuck also, and we got together and looked at a piece of property that it really couldn't be used for anything else. That's one of the good things about disc golf, is that it can go in places that typically are not usable for places like soccer fields or whatever, for park facilities. So we like trees, we like working through the trees, around trees, and so one thing led to another, and shortly after I started the game, we had a championship disc golf course in Invergrove Heights, Minnesota, which is southeast side of the Twin Cities, and I've lived there ever since. We just went through our 11th revision of that course. Now has 2 baskets and 2 tees on every hole, so that it handles 4 different skill levels of players.
Kind of like regular golf.
Just the same thing, multiple tees. And that's somewhat of a new thing for the sport. We've now been able to define the different skill levels for players, just like traditional golf has men's tees, women's tees, junior tees, senior tees, and there are certain specifications. We now have those types of specifications for different, however far people can throw the disc, which is the deciding factor for what you're able to do in terms of reaching holes in regulation, par 3, par 4, par 5, just like golf.
Okay. I know you spent the day out here in our landscape.
Yes.
What's the potential out here of really making a kick-ass disc golf course?
The thing about it is, once you have elevation, it's kick-ass to start with.
Yep. Yeah.
A lot of, you think about a lot of flat properties, even if they have trees, there's something about having some elevation that really adds to it.
Okay.
The trick is, you don't necessarily want to make everything straight up and straight down. The fun part is going on an angle.
Okay.
And going across this way. And because people are left-handed, right-handed, they can spin the disc clockwise or counterclockwise. The way that the disc fades at the end determines what shot shape you'll have.
Yeah.
And so what you do is you want to make sure you balance it to have up, down, sideways, diagonal, straight across the grade, over a dip. We've got all of that in the design that we've been working on today.
I have regular golf and I disc golf, but I tell you, disc golf is not frustrating. It's fun. It's just something about it that,
It's fun. Well, you know what the most fun part is? It's usually free.
Yeah.
But when we do a good course, we think people will find that it's worthwhile to actually pay and have a variety of things. We're going to do stuff even more, but we won't reveal that right now. We've got some interesting things and side games that we can add to it besides the regular play.
I've been to disc golf course where it's a contribution. Hey, like our course, donate $5-10 or whatever.
Right, exactly.
Versus greens fee on a regular golf course.
Right.
You golf a couple times a week, that adds up.
That's right.
And, you ever been to a disc golf course where they had carts, or is that pretty much?
Disc golf. Well, partly because of the trees and the terrain.
Yeah.
We need something like gators.
Yeah.
We couldn't just do regular traditional, Cub cars.
Yeah.
and so, but yes, they tried it up at Highbridge in northern Wisconsin, and they got beat up pretty much. They'd get stuck, and it just didn't work out when you have, especially terrain like ski hills.
No.
There are places. I remember I played in a world championship in Texas back in '94, they had, it was on a traditional golf course layout where they had some of the courses. And we were able to rent the, carts.
Okay.
The problem is, disc golfers didn't know about the etiquette, and they were hot rodding out there, and they were ended up in some trenches. The following year, the Worlds was at the same location, no golf carts. So, yeah.
But we're all looking to get exercise, get our steps in, and enjoy the scenery. Take,
exactly.
You don't need a cart.
I mean, and especially for those, I think the emerging market really is the 50 and older crowd that have the time to play during the day, which I'm sure you've seen in traditional golf.
Yeah.
And by having some of these courses that are scaled to particular distance and skill levels, we're getting them to come out. My partner, Kate, has gotten about 8 women now over age 60. They play disc golf regularly.
Wow.
Almost more than I get to play because I'm designing and doing computer work, which is my other thing that I do.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so it's a coming thing, and more we're hoping that the older crowd sees it as, look, that walking is good exercise, just like in traditional golf. And then here it's even tougher, right?
We all threw a disc when we were kids,
right?
We got in our 20s, just throwing it around.
I mean, we've got exercise, so it's fun throwing the disc, and it gives you the arm exercises along with your legs. It's a more well-rounded exercise than just going out and walking.
Yeah.
And there's scoring. You can keep track of your progress. All of these kind of things.
That's a good point. Instead of it's not just steps only.
Exactly. Yeah.
What can somebody expect out here once this first 18 holes is completed?
Well, I'm sure at the beginning it's going to be the regional players here, even as far as Chicago. I've designed 2 of the courses just nearby here in Antioch and in Round Lake, Illinois. That's partly why I got asked to do this particular project, because Jeremy has played that course, and so we've got a connection with that. And so I think once the word gets out, there'll be people from farther away. There are some national directories that we will get the course in right away. Obviously, this video and the website, we have somebody that does drone flyovers, and I think we can do that, and that'll help boost your, your media.
Get an overall picture of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And we'll say, we made sure we hit all the baskets, so it's in those trees there. It's in those trees there. There'll be a fairway, and they'll say, "I can't see it on the drone. Just know it's good."
Well, great. This is going to be so great for Alpine Valley.
I think so.
And the local disc players that I know, because so many parks have them, but there's like I said, they're boring.
Well, and just to give you an idea, this summer in July is the Highbridge Hills Jamboree, which is a big music festival on the hill with the 5 courses.
Wow, okay.
So you've obviously got a following here with the music theater nearby. The word gets out, that'll be something that will also, be popular. People will know where Alpine Valley is, and they'll say, "Wow, let's get down there."
Alpine Valley's rich in history.
Yes.
I
didn't realize how close it was to Milwaukee. You actually have a solid base of just nearby population, which is important for. A lot of times your ski hill courses don't necessarily have a local base.
No. You're right.
You're in an ideal situation, relatively speaking, to
You got to drive a couple hours.
Exactly. Well, Highbridge is really, like I said, there's hardly any population there. You have to want to go there, and the draw there is that camping's on site. So people like spending the weekend, and makes it worthwhile. As opposed to just disc golf only. If there wasn't camping, it'd be hard to pull people in because the lodging is a half an hour away.
Yeah, and it's probably limited too.
And even food services and all the things that you'd want to have. If you're gonna do that. So Yeah, I'm thrilled to be here and be involved in this project. I think we can really do some cool stuff here.
For all you disc golfers out there, testimonials, this place is going to be rocking by the end of the summer. Alpine Valley is going to be on the map. Chuck, I can't say enough. I appreciate you explaining everything.
Sure thing. Sure. Glad to.
Can't wait
these are the discs right here. These are putters. And then this is a heavy frisbee. You can even be able to play from the short tees on this first course with a heavy frisbee. Players that play Ultimate, they could use their Ultra Stars, which they use in the game of Ultimate, and actually play from the short tees and have a good time.
Okay.
If you watch those discs just floating right down thunder.
No thunder. All right, Chuck, I appreciate it.
Okay, man.
I do like a little arm up, a booyah.
Okay, all right.
Okay, 1, 2, booyah!
And let's go.
Wow, good.